What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another Platinum Trophy video for you guys. Today I'm going to be getting the Platinum Trophy in Maze Pedestal of Trials on the PlayStation 4. Now, the last trophy that I do have to get is, hey, you're not supposed to be up here, which is to jump off the elevator in Maze 1 to land on the top of walls in the spring section. Now, I thought that you had to land on the walls that surrounded the whole spring section maze, but it's actually the walls for the maze themselves. There's two levels, you'll see as we get into the video. But anyway, with all of that being said, let's get right into this. Typically, I would live stream my Platinum Trophies and various other things in this video over on Twitch, but since I was fortunate enough to receive a early review copy of the game, I wasn't able to play it over there. So I want to thank Eli and everybody over at Treefall Studios for giving me the opportunity to have this early release of the game. So anyway, for this trophy here, you do have to land on the walls in the spring section, and this is the spring section here. And if you kind of look up top there, you're going to see that there's these walls that are the actual maze themselves, and then there's exterior walls that go all the way around the whole thing. Now, I thought you had to land on the exterior walls, but you actually only have to land on the interior walls, so the lower ones. So you'll see that there's like the lower ones and then this higher one. I was actually jumping on the higher one here, and then I was like, well, what's happening? And I wasn't getting my trophy. I didn't even think about jumping on the lower ones, honestly. So I ran around for a little bit and hopped on some other ones, and I was like, maybe this isn't the spring section. So I was doing a little bit of parkouring here. But yeah, if you guys played the first Maze game, this is a sequel to it, and it's just the same gameplay as the first one. Very enjoyable little game here, and there's not really many games that are like, you know, maze games where you're put into a maze and you kind of have to work your way around. And the thing that I've always liked, or the thing that I really liked about the first Maze game, was that not only was it a maze to kind of figure out your way from the start to the end, but it was also you had to find these coins as you were going through. So not only do you have to pay attention to kind of where you're going, you also have to find these coins and explore the maze at the same time. Now, typically, the coins are kind of placed on the path that you have to travel in order to get through the maze, but there are some that are kind of off the beaten track, so you do have to explore a little bit, which makes it a little bit of a different experience than just, you know, going through a maze. Now, I did not place a checkpoint. There are checkpoints that you can place in the game so that if you get lost, you can kind of go back to a known place. You can press them or place them with square. I didn't do that when I first did this, so now I'm trying to find my way back through the whole maze in order to get to the third section. But yeah, it's just a nice, fun, little enjoyable game. I believe it's only going for around $3, and if you haven't picked it up or you don't know about these maze games, I would highly suggest to go pick them up. They're nice, fun little games. They don't take too long in order to get the platinum. We'll talk about some numbers at the end, you know, difficulty out of 10 and how long it should take you in order to get the platinum. But yeah, they're fun little experiences. All of these mazes, they don't have the same aesthetic to them. They all have different aesthetics, so you will have to you could just explore different mazes there. And the last final maze that you'll end up doing, which I believe is maze, I forget the number, I don't think it's 11, but the last maze that you end up doing has essentially the same aesthetic as we're dealing with here, except it has this new thing where when you get to like a new section of the maze, the maze walls kind of pop up. And that's a really cool feature, because as you're walking up to it, you'll see where the coins are, because the coins will be placed there, but you won't actually be able to run right to the coins. So like, it'll show a coin in the back right corner, and then the walls will slide up, and you'll know, like, okay, well, I need to work my way through this maze, but I need to go to the back right. So, like, how do I kind of get there? So, that's a cool feature for the last maze that I really enjoyed, and if there is a follow-up to the game, I would love to see that feature implemented into many other mazes. I also liked how there was, like, almost tiers to that maze. You know, you got through one maze, and then you got to the next tier and the walls were all down, and then they slid up as you kind of approached them. So that was a really cool feature that I like to see in that last maze. And the aesthetic of all the other mazes is very very appealing, and I also do like the music that goes along with it as well, so very good experience. So as you can see, I'm kind of running around like an idiot here trying to figure out like what am I doing. I was the first achiever for the game, so I was kind of trying to figure out like, you know, maybe this isn't the spring, maybe I'm not in the spring section, you know. I am a little colorblind, so maybe, you know, I'm not dealing with the colors properly here, maybe I'm not in the right section, maybe I should run down. And I was like, no, this is definitely fall. Like, I can see some colors. This is fall, you go to winter, you go to spring, and then you go to summer. So, like, obviously, you know, I'm being a dummy here. So I was trying to figure out, okay, well, like, why? By the way, every time that you spawn, make sure you replace that marker, because if you don't, then you may have to go all the way back to the beginning there. So I was really just trying to figure this out. I'm like, you know, there's something I'm missing here. I'm on the walls. I shouldn't be on these. And then I'm like, wait. Maybe it's not these upper walls that I should be on. Maybe it's like the lower maze walls. And that turns out what it's supposed to be. So this wall that I'm walking on now, or up in the spring section, doesn't actually count. You can see that there's like 2 levels of those walls. You need to be on the lower level in order for it to count for the trophy. So here I am just running around, just being a complete idiot as usual, trying to figure out exactly, you know, like, am I missing something? Maybe, you know, maybe the trophy is possibly, you know, glitched, because again, I was the first achiever for it, so I was trying to figure out, you know, maybe something was going on, which, you know, that wasn't the case at all. I was just being an idiot. So here we go. We should just hop off here onto one of these lower walls and we'll get the trophy. So it's as easy as that right there. So there's, hey, you're not supposed to be up here. And then we will get this Platinum Trophy Pedestal of Trials solved. So nice little fun game. Had a lot of fun playing it. A blast to play. If you guys haven't picked it up yet, I would highly advise. But anyway, let's take a look at this list. So here it is, 100% with a platinum, no DLC or anything. And as you're looking through the trophy list here, you're going to get trophies for figuring out all the mazes, beating mazes without using checkpoints, which I would advise to just not use checkpoints as you go, or there's use placeable checkpoints as you go through. And then there's a few random trophies at the bottom, which is amazing to see. I love seeing these random trophies that make you do things like I was doing at the end there, to jump on places you shouldn't be, or getting through a maze without, you know, using checkpoints, or looking over the mazes when you're on a certain part. I love random trophies like that. Those are my favorite. But anyway, here's the profile. Trophy level 543, 93%. Got 12,582 total trophies. Got 8,562 bronze, 2,779 silver, 1,048 gold, 193 platinums. And like I said, 12,582 trophies if you're into that numbers kind of stuff. And then here's the platinum trophy itself, Pedestal of Trials solved. So if you haven't played the first Maze game, or if you have played the first Maze game, I would highly suggest to go pick this game up. It's a lot of fun. It's a nice little cheap, easy game, and I had a blast playing it. So let's talk about some numbers here, and let's get into some of this. So time it takes to get the platinum. You're looking at probably anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. Now, it took me 2 hours, but I took a break in between, so it took me a little longer than it should have. So I would say 30 minutes to an hour max in order to get this platinum. Difficulty out of 10, I would give it like a 2 out of 10, just because you do have to pay attention to going through the mazes. It's not just a walk in the park, right? Like, eventually you'll find your way through, but I wouldn't say it's a walk in the park. So you will have to pay attention a little bit as you're playing the game, and that's why I bump it up from a 1. So 30 minutes to an hour to get it done, 2 out of 10. If you have played the first game, pick this up. If you haven't played the first game, pick this up and go pick the first game up, because they're both a blast to play and really fun games. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys have played the games or anything like that. I'd love to hear from everyone. Down in the description below, you'll find links to all types of stuff: my Twitter, my Twitch, my Discord server, a podcast I do, other videos like this. So if you want to go check any of that stuff out, it's all linked down in the description below. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you are still here and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this, and I hope to see you around sometime soon.